like, yeah, you're like, oh, I just got to make time cut. And what was his name? This big sprinter guy came by me like 10 minutes in. He was like my minute man behind me. And he passed me like 10 minutes in. He's like, you better hurry up. He's like, you got to hurry up. I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but I'm going pretty slow and I just caught you. It's like, oh shit.
What up, party people? Boy, howdy, do we have a good one for y'all this week. Our guest, Alex House, has been a long time coming. To be honest, I'm surprised we waited 159 episodes to finally get House in the house, because he's just one of those personalities that meshes perfectly with the vibe of the show. So stay tuned for some big announcements and hot takes from House. If you have any questions or feedback for the show, you can drop them at bonkbrospodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on the Bonk Bros Instagram page. If you want to support the podcast while also getting a little something for yourself in the process, you can pick up some products from some of our amazing partners and be sure that you're getting the best of the best, because we only work with the best of the best. You can get basically anything that you want for your bike or off the bike from our friends over at Bike Tires Direct. I just mounted up some of the new Vittoria Barzos on my Santa Cruz Blur for a little extra traction this week, since I'll be ripping trails all week in Crested Butte, and I gotta say, I've been pretty impressed so far. Check out more tires from Vittoria and countless other brands over at biketiresdirect.com and use the discount code BONKBROS at checkout. Let's see, we got Bolt Skin and Shave again this week. They are bringing you some of the silkiest, smooth shaving experience you can possibly get for all those guys out there that shave their legs. Bolt is more than just a razor company, though. They also make a handful of skincare product, so you can make sure the quality of your post-shave skin is up to boot. Head over to boltshave.com today and use the code BROS15 at checkout. And for all of those bike maintenance and marginal gain needs, you can head over to SILCA.cc and use the code, it's a new code, BonkBrosJuly 2025. That's capital B, BonkBros July 2025. You can use that at checkout for a little sweet discount. We're smack dab in the middle of the tour season right now, and basically all the teams are using wax chains right now. And that includes some of our teammates over at Visma. They're probably using the speed wax, I would guess, most days, but maybe the endurance if they see a little bit inclement weather coming up. But you can head over to silca.cc, check out any of their products, including the Crockpotanator 4000. We still need that Bonk Bros edition. Richard, if you're listening to this, we got to get something like that going, because it'd be pretty dope to see Visma using the Bonk Bros Crockpotanator 4000. And we've also got bicycle accident law coming again this week, and we pulled Alex into the trivia, and as expected, he brought the heat. These segments are fun because they're both informative and entertaining. Not only is bicycle accident law with you on every ride and ready to help you when you need it, they also want to ensure that you return to the bike as seamless as possible. To back up that claim, if any of our listeners do find themselves needing legal services, Scarborough Bicycle Accident Law will pay for 2 months of coaching through Ignition Coach Co. when you return to the bike. Just make sure to mention Bonk Bros Podcast when you first reach out. And last but not least this week is definitely a brand that you're going to see more of as the tour continues. That's right, our homies over at Ketone Aid are doing ketone supplementation right. So if you want to get your hands or mouth on that liquid gold that all of the fast boys of the tour are using, click the link in the show notes to get you some today with free shipping. All right, that's enough business for today. Let's get this party started.
All right, Alex, you need to do the intro for us.
I was just about to Google Alex House and just read whatever pops up.
Alex, what's your intro?
I need an intro?
No, you're doing the intro for the podcast. Let's hear it.
Yeah, you're the host this week, bro. Didn't you get the memo?
Dude, I feel like this is sort of a long time coming, though.
Who's this week's sponsor? This month's sponsor? How often do you guys do this?
We do this every week.
Every day?
And every week,
every morning.
We have all the sponsors. They're always on. But we're teammates with Bike Tires Direct, so we can start there if you want.
I did know that. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal, and especially with if you've seen, I don't know. Do you want to? Can we just jump into some tire talk? Because I'm actually like chomping at the bit to ask you.
Do
about
it,
this.
man.
Right
do
now.
it. Dude, you look so.
How many ketones have you had this morning?
I know, right? Dude,
so
have you
excited
seen
for
the
it.
results that are coming out from these new Schwalbes?
I don't even know what Schwalbes you're talking
The
about. To be
Schwalbe
honest with you.
G1 Speed Pro 2.35.
Too many names for a tire.
It's a lot of names.
Why are they so shit, these tire companies, at naming their tires?
That's a good question.
It's a legitimate
Especially
question.
Schwalbe. Yeah, I mean, Schwalbe's like everything's the G1, and it's just some variation of the G1. Like, how is that possible?
It's impossible. And then like,
their mountain bike stuff is good though.
But then you have like Continental, who like actually has names that don't all sound the same, and they're shit. They're like they gave up Race King.
Dude, yeah.
Why are you gonna do that? Like,
we had a whole rant about that. Yeah, the Dubness Hall and all those other names that they came up with, terrible.
I refuse to say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay,
But the dub sounds cool though. I will.
The dub sounds cool. Yeah,
the dub is cool.
Then they put the rest of that crap at the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. We just leave that part out.
That should have been. Yeah, dub.
Our guy John Koresh did some tire testing with these Schwalbes. They're basically 235 slicks. They're beach tires, is where they come from. Beach racing tires, and it's like blowing everything out of the water.
Yeah, you know,
across all three categories of gravel, he said it was like top of the charts.
And it's a 235.
235, yeah.
You know, the first year that the Dutch Mafia did Unbound, Ivar Slick was on a beach bike with those tires. And really? That was back when everybody was on like 42s, right?
Oh, so these are not new tires.
No, they've been around for a while. I mean, that's like the go-to beach racing tire. And everybody was on 40s or 42s, and then he was just on massive, I mean, I guess they're 235s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he? The first year, the year that he won?
Not the year that he won, the year before that.
The year that he won, he had like pretty regular tires.
Yeah, the year that he won, he had regular tires. I'm talking about the year before that. And he didn't do well because he bonked. But I'm saying he was like way ahead of the curve back then.
Don't bonk, bro.
Wow. So he was on a drop bar mountain bike back then too?
No, it was like a beach racing specific bike, I think.
I just thought they raced on drop bar, like rigid bikes.
Yeah, I think there's some company. Well, I can barely remember exactly what his bike looked like because it was so long ago. But I think it was a bike specifically designed for beach racing.
Oh, okay, sweet. But yeah, these tires, I don't know how much of a following John Koresh has, but if he has any at all, he's going to be influencing some people for sure.
Well, hopefully he has more of a following because of us, because I feel like we talk about him nearly every week.
True. Flex Fit by John. He's doing his own testing. Oops, I don't need to play his music. Yeah, these ones are pretty sick though. They are mega fast.
Yeah. Well,
a 235 who could fit that? Can Felt fit that, Dylan?
Felt cannot fit that. No.
Wow.
Yeah,
Drew, do you have a question?
Lauf can.
No, I'm pretty sure the Lauf can fit 2.4s. Send them on over, BTD.
You know what can fit it? The old drop bar mountain bike though. You think anyone's going to run those at Leadville?
Gay.
Drop bar mountain bike? No, they're dead now.
No, not the drop bar mountain bike. These slick tires.
Oh, if you ran those at Leadville, you definitely crash on Powerline. I mean, it looks like a
20 some watts faster than the Aspens.
It looks like a massive road tire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zero knobs.
Bet back in the day, people used to just do Leadville on road tires. That's what people used to do all these gravel races on. Everybody talks about, I used to do this on my 28s.
They've always had knobbies. They were just on like 26ers.
Yeah, I know.
Remember when we had Jeremiah Bishop on, and he said he ran Race Kings, but he cut the knobs on the Race Kings, so it was even more of a foul tread.
And he rode them on the rollers for like 10 hours before the race just to break them in.
Yeah,
right before
at like
the race.
10 psi.
Like that night.
What a guy! What a guy!
Yeah.
Well, anyways, should we talk about something other than tires?
Yeah.
Well, no, dude. Apparently skinny tires are back because Alexian Keegan said so. Did you see that interview?
No.
It's not really an interview. It's just their post-race podcast.
I mean, they're back for that course at Steamboat. It was a road race, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you raced it. You were animating the race a lot,
didn't you? You were off the front and then you dropped out. Is that what happened?
I raced it. Yeah. I don't know. I was out there. I won the costume contest. Thank you for asking.
There we go. What was your costume?
We dressed up as flamingos.
I think I did see a picture.
But I had.
Wasn't there a girl on your bike? Or
yeah, I had my daughter on the front there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then we had Meg Fisher, who was also a flamingo, and a few other flamingos.
Was it a tandem, like a 4-up tandem?
No, I just had like my kid on like the Mac ride, ride shotgun thing.
Those are
cool.
Sweet.
It's pretty hard.
You did the hill climb on with her as shotgun?
Yeah, I mean,
he still smoked it, and he was dressed up. That's flex, dude. That's a flex.
We won the costume contest. No, we won the costume contest. That's a big difference.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think we were like
it, dude.
We were like 30th out of 40 or something, you know.
That's fair.
But yeah, Meg's pretty funny because, I mean, as most people know, she has one leg, and she's not afraid to use that as leverage to win a costume contest.
That's pretty funny for a flamingo costume. Yeah, that's legit.
She's like, and she'll tell everybody, she's like, if you don't vote for me, like, you guys are all going to hell. So, yeah. Well,
that's awesome.
But yeah, Steamboat was basically a road race. So it's like, I don't know. There's like a certain speed there where having the big tires are like, they're pretty big.
What'd you run? Tires?
I ran the Schwalbe G1 something. Fishkin.
They're all G1.
Yeah, Fishkin Center. I don't know, the fast ones. But in a 45. I thought that was great.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, 45 is still not small. Like, I know it seems small compared to 235, but
yeah,
there was a time where 45 was chunky.
Can you see Dylan's rage meter starting to climb? All this talk about 40C tires, 45C tires.
I almost ran, and I kind of wish I did, these like 40C. They're like, what are they? They're zip tires. I think they're prototype right now, but they're like 40C, specifically built for those like big wide zip rims.
The Goodyears?
Yeah.
And dude, they're like pretty fast. They're pretty aero. I don't know what the roll-in resistance numbers looks like on them, but they're pretty sick. They mostly just look cool. Because you put them on
your road bike, or would you have to still run the gravel bike?
I think I could fit them on the road bike. I haven't played around with it much. The problem with a lot of the older Cannondale stuff is like AI and non-AI compatibility. Yeah. So you have like the old gravel bikes like AI, the old road bike is non-AI. And you're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you're killing me.
Because then you can't swap wheels easy.
Yeah, just the quick redish, you know.
Yep, just a quickie. How did you like? I know Steamboat was a couple weeks ago now, but how did you like doing the circuit course versus the old big course?
It made it a lot easier to quit. That's for sure.
It seemed like most of the pro field quit the race.
Yeah, I think so.
So it was a road race then. That sounds like road racing.
Yeah, it was like basically a road race. I don't know. It was a weird. Yeah, it felt like a totally different event, and then like I think the expo and stuff struggled a little bit because it was like Tuesday or Thursday, Friday, versus Friday, Saturday in the past. So you could tell like the density wasn't quite there, which I don't know. Being from Colorado, that kind of hurt my little heart a little bit. You know, you're like, damn, this used to be like a rager. But I don't know. If that's what they have to do to kind of save the race, then that's what they have to do to save the race. But they couldn't attract some of the biggest talent, you know. I mean, Dylan Johnson wasn't even there.
I don't think he's allowed in the county.
He would have been good with your flamingo contest because he's only got one leg right now too.
Dylan. Yeah.
Dude, actually, random, very random. But so they just that dude just like smoked the record at Tour Divide, right?
Yeah,
took like a day off the time.
The record.
Although I think they're already saying he didn't get the record because he had to do a detour down in Gila, whatever. But Dylan, my dad, is convinced that was you.
What?
Yeah, I was like, Dad, did you see that guy like smashed the record? And he's like, yeah, Dylan Johnson, fucking good, huh?
What?
I was like, what?
That's awesome.
Like I don't think he's ever ridden his bike at night, Dad.
No. Well,
I also think he has like one leg. Like I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So
yeah,
for sure, your YouTube is filtering deeper than you thought.
There we go.
Because
I guess I've never even talked about bike pack racing on my YouTube channel, but sure, yeah.
Yeah, well, you have the record in his mind.
Okay,
nice,
great.
And no keyboard warrior or person with facts is going to take that away.
Right. Cool. Yeah.
I feel like we have talked about bike packing before, and Dylan always just you always say maybe in like a later life, maybe when you're 40 and washed up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this broken leg, dude, this might put you under. You might need to like accelerate that timeline.
I might have to do an early retirement here. We'll see.
Just be like 36th and washed up. That's what I do. 37 and washed up.
Yeah. When do you start bike pack racing?
I did Divide a couple of years ago.
How'd it go?
Did
you YouTube it?
There's pieces out there. Yeah, like broke my wheel a lot, which sucked.
Didn't you fix it with like string or yarn?
Yeah, I mean it was good string, but yeah.
Yeah,
it was a bit of a mess.
You got it from the Do It Best hardware.
Well, like so originally, they make this like fiber fix spoke, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like a Kevlar string with like a spoke nipple at the end, and like a piece of a spoke at the end. But it's like sweet because you can, most wheel sets have like multiple different spoke lengths, right? Like you have a different length on the drive side versus non-drive side versus the front wheel. So you could carry one of those and like feasibly fix any spoke.
You just cut it to length.
No, you just
tie it.
Yeah, you just crank it down to tension.
Sweet.
Because you can adjust the tension on it. But so I broke that, and then I broke another one, and then broke
How do you break a spoke while you're riding?
You're just fat as fuck. I don't know.
I've never broke a spoke while I've been riding. Like, unless something flies in.
You're carrying 40 pounds on your bike too.
Oh, that makes a big difference.
Dizzle, you've never broken a spoke before?
Not unless somebody puts their pedal in my wheel or something. Like, never just randomly been riding and pop. Like,
I've probably broken a spoke 50 times in my life, if not more.
It just breaks.
Okay. Yeah, it just breaks, man. You're just putting down mad watts and it snaps in half.
50 times or more.
I mean, I've been riding a bike for a long time.
I think I've broken maybe 3 spokes. It is disheartening. It's scary when it happens sometimes. I was like coming down this hill. Okay, no joke. I'm like, what was it? San Sebastian. Coming down this hill, I like quit the race basically, and I'm like chatting with Egan Bernal, right? And I'm like all stoked. I'm like, this is cool. I'm talking to a real bike racer, and we're chit chatting, and like this is like when disc brakes were pretty new, and I'm like heavy on the front brake. It's super steep, and it just goes ding 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 ding, and I blew out like probably 6 spokes in like a 14 spoke wheel, and the whole thing is just like slapping and whipping all over the place. And Egan's just like, you got to get new wheels, dude. Goodbye.
Oh, dang.
I had to like I got to ride back with the quick step soigneurs, but yeah, it was like, it could happen. Could happen to anybody. Happened to me.
Wow. That's a story.
I can't believe it didn't happen to you.
I don't think so. Not unless somebody, just the times when people have like ran into me.
Maybe you need worse wheels.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, get off them zips.
Yeah, don't do bike pack racing, Dylan. You don't need to do that yet.
Yeah, no, I don't plan on it.
Next year.
But if you did, you can make a sick YouTube video about it, bro.
I do feel like the YouTube videos about bikepacking do really well. People are just people who aren't even cyclists are just, they're like, wait, how many miles? And that's already a hook right there. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, there's some Looney Tunes that do it, you know, which is also kind of like attractive from a cinematic perspective. You're just like, this guy is crazy.
Do we know anything about this guy that smashed the record? Like where he came from? Is he smashed any other records? I mean, like
he was third at Unbound. I mean, he's super, super strong.
Unbound XL or
XL, yeah.
Okay.
The real Unbound. He was third at the real Unbound. Which I mean, yeah.
Did you do the XL this year? You weren't there. Were you there this year?
Again, this air quotes thing on the racing. Yeah.
Huh? It's an honest question. I don't remember seeing you.
Air quotes thing on the racing thing. I was out there. Yeah.
All right. So I think that we should do our favorite thing on this podcast and blow up Keegan's spot here. Talk about what we think he's running for Leadville.
How long have you been
Adam,
waiting to talk about
this is your opportunity to go now.
I think you're the only one excited about this segment right now.
I'm excited. Adam's excited about it. I don't know why he's not saying anything.
I mean, I was pretty excited when I saw that he was riding a drop bar.
He just chugged a Celsius. He's probably excited about anything.
Yeah, dude. I could probably go like, I could do like a 30-minute.
Are you gonna chase that with some ketones? Chase your Celsius?
No, dude. I didn't bring any ketones with me. I should have. It was just like when I was packing, I thought we were going to have a ton of like nutrition stuff here. So I just didn't pack any nutrition, and ketones fall into that category, but they shouldn't. They should fall into the like necessity category of life. Keegan was riding a drop bar full sus, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, you can make your own ketones.
What? Wait, hold on. Forget what are you talking about?
by not eating, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do that too.
Or just eating fat, I thought. If you just eat fat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get on it, dude.
Bacon diet.
All right.
Have a little bacon.
Straight bacon.
I mean, Keegan's thing is he likes to say he's doing stuff and then he doesn't do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if July 8th is too soon to speculate because, we've definitely seen him do that before.
Send the bait, you know?
Yeah.
He's probably riding a road bike with those Schwalbes.
I mean, his road bike probably wouldn't fit it, but maybe the old Stigmata would. I don't know.
Yeah, he's going to ride the Slippery Boys for Leadville.
I mean, Dylan, how many people sent you the video of him riding the drop bar full sus?
Well, it's not very obvious at all. I mean, you had to really do some looking to figure that out.
All you have to look for is you can see the linkage. I mean,
yeah. The linkage is very small and at the bottom of the bike. Like you definitely had to have an eagle eye to see that.
What's a linkage?
Oh my God, Dizzle, we're not going to explain this stuff to you. Come on, jeez, man.
Like your chain links? What are you?
I can't believe Lauf even sends you a mountain bike, bro. Like they needed. Yeah, we're not explaining it. All right.
Yeah, that's tough. That was an honest question. That's hard. That's hard. I'm just gonna say
that's something I should know about.
No, it's not, Dizzle. Just keep on living in the cave, man.
You guys are just laughing. You gotta have some sympathy for the man. Jesus Christ.
Every time, Alex, every time you've done Leadville, have you done it on a hardtail, or you ever done it on full sus?
I go back and forth every year.
Okay.
Just like a tradition thing, or?
No, I mean, I don't know. Like you do the race, you're like, oh, this went right, this went wrong. And it's the same thing every year. You're like, oh, I didn't need that full suspension, you know? And then the next year you're like, fuck, my back's kind of tired. Like maybe I should ride full suspension next year. But it's just, I don't know. I don't think it makes a single difference.
I actually, you know what? This is going to surprise people when this comes out of my mouth. I agree.
Like,
Like you think at the end of the day, it's a wash as far as the time goes.
I think it's a wash. So the weight difference from a hardtail to a full suspension were probably, I've calculated with best bike splits. I think it's roughly, it depends on what the weight difference of the bike is, but we're probably talking about 1.5 to 3 minutes just from the weight difference. And I think you could make up that entire amount of time in the rough stuff with the full suspension. So then at the end of the day, we're talking about like, which one do you prefer? Which one's more comfortable?
Yeah.
What about the funsy watts? How much more watts do you get for having more fun?
0 funsy watts at Leadville.
Yeah. Leadville's not about having fun.
Taylor Finney rode a Habit, like the big Cannondale like thing the first year he did it, because he was like, I'm just going to shred. And there's nothing fun out there to ride. I mean, like there's nothing fun out there.
Maybe power line going out, I guess, is fun. It's also
for like 12 seconds.
Yeah. And like 3 of those seconds, you're also like pissing your pants a little bit.
Yeah. Literally pissing your pants because you're not stopping to take a pee.
Yeah.
That Michigan race, especially if I stopped 5 times to pee. Pulled over.
You should get that checked out, dude.
It was a 200-mile race.
That's not really an excuse.
The group would just stop. It was like, man, this is what gravel used to be like.
Oh, you know what, Dizzle? I'm glad you brought that up. We need to talk about how you lost in a sprint to Trey.
I appreciate Adam's faith in me, but Trey did beat me in the sprint. And the reason he beat me in the sprint was because he told me he wasn't going to sprint me. And then he sprinted.
I mean,
he was like, yeah, dude, you've pulled the last...
Is this your first bike race?
He said, you've pulled the last 100 miles. I'm not going to sprint you. And then he sprinted me. Which made me like him even more. I was like, good for him.
Respect.
I was like, yeah. And it was like instant respect. And then he told me that he's like, I was waiting for you to come around, man. But then he texted Tyler last week and said he hit 1,200 watts in that. Oh, he's calling me right now. I'm ignoring that guy. What are the odds? And then he told Tyler that he hit 1,200 watts
with Dizzle
in the sprint. What?
Just keep going.
Yeah. So that guy, he's not my friend anymore.
All right. So what's the deal with the illegal feed, though? Why'd you guys get disqualified?
So there was a sign with an arrow pointing to go into the parking lot for aid 1. So CJ thought we were going to like go through the parking lot for the feed zone. So she was standing in the parking lot, but we stayed on the road. So she was like over in a parking lot, and we were riding through the actual feed zone. So she was there, just not in the right spot. And I didn't see her over there, or if we had seen her, we would have just rode over to her and then caught back up to the group. But we just assumed she wasn't there at all. Like something had happened, like flat tire on the car. I don't know. I go to the worst case scenario. I was thinking she got a car crash or something. I was like, I don't know.
You still kept going?
Well, anyways, I didn't have a phone or anything. I don't know. Like, I just was thinking like all the bad things. I'm like, why wasn't she there? You just
She was probably just pissed that she had to stand out there for 5 hours and give you a bottle, and she just left.
Probably. And with our 2 kids. So she saw us ride by, couldn't do anything about it. So then she jumped in the van and met us at an intersection like 2-3 miles after the feed zone. And I would have made it to the next aid because I have those 1 liter bottles and I had only drinking one of those, but Trey was empty. So I gave him half my bottle. I was like, all right, well, whatever. I told him to take the top off of one of his bottles and I squirted half of my bottle into his. And then I was like, yeah, I ain't going to make it to the next aid now. I just gave this bum half my water. So
then he sprinted you.
Her, but
and then he sprinted you.
Then he sprinted me. All of this, and then he still sprinted me. Yeah. And then CJ was at an intersection, and we were like, well, whatever. We'll just stop and grab our stuff. Like, honest mistake. I knew it was against the rules, but I just figured it wasn't that big of a deal. But the one guy that saw us take the feed was pissed, and it happened to be the guy that got third behind us. And so, of course, the guy who got third wasn't happy that we broke the rules, so we got relegated, and he won.
Who got third? Let's call him out.
No, I ain't gonna call him out. He ain't even worth it.
Tyler, pull up the results.
Just some
I have
local,
the results up.
Some local Michigan.
And
I don't know who he is.
We had a question come in too that wanted to ask, how does it feel to be the 30 to 34 age group champion at Michigan Coast to Coast Dizzle?
Oh,
probably your biggest result of your career.
If that's what it was, that's a win. I'll take it.
Yeah, everybody else is in the overall, but you decided to go to age group. Is that so that you could beat up on the competition, or what? What's the deal? Yeah,
exactly.
You've moved to that point of your gravel career where you're just.
Was it really? Did it really say that in the results?
Yeah, 30
I
to
won
34.
the 30 to 35.
Yep.
I thought you were disqualified.
No, I didn't get disqualified. I just got relegated.
Relegated.
I got a 10-minute penalty. Yeah.
But you still won the 30-34.
I guess. I don't know.
Congratulations.
Hey, good job, man.
Snap.
There you are. Andrew Dillman.
I set a new
30 to 34 champion.
We set a new course record.
Nick's the guy that called you out.
Ooh,
yeah.
Calling out Nick.
Nicholas Gehan.
Wow.
Pretty lame way to win a race, Nicholas Dehan.
Oh, dang. Dylan, you're throwing him out there.
Yeah.
You threw him out there, dog.
Yeah, it's a pretty lame way to win a race, man.
Like, totally broke the rules. I say that. Like, there's no getting around that we broke the rules. So I just thought it was lame that, I don't know, us taking that feed 2 miles after the feed zone wouldn't have changed anything, but oh well.
Yeah. I mean, both go against the
rules. So
yeah, both go against the spirit of gravel. Both breaking the rules and
tattletelling.
Yeah, tattletelling.
They're both against the spirit of gravel. Right?
What the heck? Yeah, yeah. What happens on the road stays on the road. You got a problem with that? You got a problem with that? You got to take it out on the road.
Drop the gloves right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so the guy yelled at us. Apparently he yelled at my wife too, which I'm not cool with. Like, he can complain about us breaking the rules, but man, yelling at my wife, that makes me want to punch you in the face. But so he yells at my wife when he rides past her. So now she's all like freaking out, like that she got us disqualified.
What did he yell? What did he yell? He's like, that's not the spirit of gravel.
You're breaking the rules. I don't know. Like, you're not allowed to do that. Gravel police. So like me and Trey, when he came up to us and yelled at us, we were like, hey, if you're upset, like we'll drop our bottles on the ground. But we missed our feed. I don't know why my wife wasn't there, but she was just right there. She gave us our feed. But if you're not happy with this, we'll drop our bottles right now and it'll be like we didn't take a feed. It would actually be worse because we gave my wife our half empty bottles and now we would have been empty.
Yeah.
But we were like, I told the guy right there on the spot, I was like, look, we'll drop our bottles. And I held my bottle out and everything. And he just grumbled off and pedaled off past us. And I was like, well, then whatever, dude. But I guess some people weren't happy with us because they were like, oh, these gravel pros show up and think they can do whatever they want. And
gravel pros, you and Trey?
They thought that we he thought that we had like planned ahead to have her at that intersection so that we could get our feet. And I'm like, dude, no, I'm going to follow the rules to my best ability. I don't know what happened. She was at the feed. She's just in the wrong. It was just a minor miscommunication. Oh, well. So, yeah.
All right.
I was hoping they'd give me the most aggressive rider award, though. That would have been cool.
If you would have actually dropped the gloves, they would have.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring crit life into gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Harness my inner Justin Williams and just smoke the guy in the face. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Open hand, though. Open hand.
Is that the spirit of gravel?
Spirit of crits.
Okay, that's enough of that. It was a cool race. I have nothing but positive things to say about the race. It was cool. It's a very well, I don't want to, without sounding too cocky or whatever, it is a very easy 200. So like if you want to build up to like the Unbound 200, that one's a good one to do. Because it's a pretty mellow 200 miles. So you could do that and then do Unbound the next year and it'd be like a build up.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, should we talk about the tour or what?
Well, real quick, I want to ask Alex a question. Alex, you were talking about, testing tires for performance and the spirit of gravel. And I just want to know, is putting your tail light in your pocket a step too far in terms of performance gains?
What is that?
What's happening?
I have a tail light in my pocket.
What's wrong with your seat post?
I'm making it a thing. I'm a trendsetter.
I don't think it does anything if it's in your pocket.
So is it in your pocket or it's in the pocket?
Inside the pocket.
And you guys were making fun of me about linkage.
I mean,
this dude can't even put his tail light on right. Did you need help? Did you not know how to put this on yourself, DJ? Is that why it's in your pocket? Or
okay, do you want me to explain this, like why it's in my pocket right now?
Did it break?
Like, is this prime podcast content right here?
Probably.
Okay, well, so
unless it's a lame story, then don't.
I mean, it is a lame story.
Okay, then don't.
I mean, I have a little like thing that connects it to the bottom of my saddle. Like I have a specialized saddle that has 2 holes in the bottom, so you can, put a light there if you want to put a light there. And it just fell out one ride for some reason. I don't know why. Take that up with Specialized, and then now I haven't gotten around to getting a new mount, so I just put the light in my pocket.
Do you think it actually does something in your pocket?
I mean, you can see it in that picture, can you not?
More than nothing, right?
I guess it does more than nothing.
You're thinking like a bike
takes
packer.
Up space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How many tours have you done, Alex? That sounded like a military question.
Quick, before we get on to tour talks,
Tour de France,
because I want to be able to camp there for a little bit. Can we talk about one race that happened this past weekend, which was Firecracker 50?
Why?
Yeah, sure,
dude. Homeboy John
race. Like why?
Homeboy John Gaston, dude. He's coming out swinging again.
He's getting ready.
Did he waking up?
His Leadville.
He won. Yeah,
Leadville.
I mean,
who else was there? Who got second?
I don't know, but.
Doesn't matter. How good is that guy? He's so good.
He's gotten second like multiple times behind Keegan at Leadville, yeah?
Yeah, and like, no offense to him, but like racing like a total fucking idiot. Like, you're like,
why do you say that? What's he do?
Dude, he probably doesn't know what linkage is either, man. Like, I don't know. It's super impressive.
How do you call somebody an idiot without calling them an idiot? There you go. He did it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd be super curious to see what his numbers are on some of those races, because he's just like, he's a big boy, small. Yeah, he's a big guy. Yeah. And he's like, he just stomps the whole time.
Yeah. Like he like very little tactics from what I hear, because I've never actually been there with them, but very little tactics, just like rides really hard the whole time.
His primary sport is skiing. Is that right?
Yes. Ski mountaineering.
And so there's no tactics.
Ski mountaineering racing.
There's just zero tactics in ski mountaineering.
Oh, I'm sure there's tons of tactics. They're just not the same as bike racing, so they don't apply.
Yeah. It's like the classic, like, pace yourself kind of tactics. I think. Okay. Like, oh yeah. I started too hard.
Yeah,
that's the tactic, You're like, oh,
from what I've heard him talk about, or like, seen him post stuff, is like, in his mind, if he's not at the front of the race, he's losing it. So like, if there's a move that goes, even if he doesn't think he can hang, he's gonna go with it, and that's what he does.
That's usually.
But he could hang. I mean, like, he can hang with pretty much everyone except Keegan.
Second or third, like every year.
That is, is usually the worst mindset to have at Leadville possible. Like, just be at most bike races, you have to have the mindset.
30th place. Give us your advice,
dude. I'm telling you, man. At most,
this guy got second or third. He's doing something right, Dillman.
Yeah, getting roasted by Mr. Linkage over here. That's tough.
Leadville's not even a mountain bike race. You don't need a linkage.
Most bike races, you like Unbound or Big Sugar, whatever, you want to just hold the front wheel, the wheel of the front group as long as you possibly can until you blow up. That's probably how you're going to get the best result. At Leadville, that is a surefire way to blow the fuck up sky high.
Because of the climbing.
No, not because of the climbing, bro. Because of the altitude.
The altitude.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the same. Same thing. You know what I meant.
No.
I mean, but if you're like as strong as he is, you want to be in the race, right? Like guys like us, well, guys like you need to pace yourself.
Yeah, I was about to say you can't lump yourself in with us.
I'm a little different because I'll be trying to get. I'll be hoping to get the big belt buckle this year. I think
I'll
your
be hoping to
VO2,
get
Alex?
any belt buckle.
What's your VO2? You got to know it.
Does it matter?
89.
I don't know.
And
I have no
the
idea.
number one metric that determines your cycling level.
Does it?
Yeah, it does matter. Absolutely.
Does it though?
Drews
Yeah.
are pissed right now.
Hit us.
I don't think it does. Frankly.
That's what somebody who has a really high VO2 says.
Well, no, I mean,
Well, then what are you ashamed about? Just say it.
No, I actually don't know. I don't know.
You're so full of it. So full of it.
I got tested one time when I was 19.
It was 87, whatever, give or take.
No, it was mid 70s or something. But I was 19. I don't know. But you see a lot of guys like World Tour, you see it a lot where you get these guys that are 89, 87, 86, whatever, and they just can't finish a race. You're just okay, well, I guess that doesn't mean shit.
I don't believe you. I
No,
know
it's true.
Lawson Craddock told me the same thing when I asked him. I'm like, you're not on a world tour team and don't know your VO2. I can tell you that.
No, I would say most guys don't know. I mean, the power is like watts per kilo. I don't know. It's that's all.
How's Jim Bob, the 50-year-old who messages us every week, tells us his VO2, and the world tour riders that we have on as guests don't know?
See, that's proof that it doesn't fucking matter at all. It's as relevant as the size of the tires on your car. It's okay, it's more relevant than that. Don't get me wrong.
Dude, it's relevant.
It's a good thing to have a really high VO2, but John Gaston, he's probably I don't know. He's up there with the sled dogs, but
so are you probably.
No, dude. No, I remember telling Alexi a bunch of my best numbers.
Yeah.
And he was just shocked that it wasn't working at a desk. he's no.
Alexi's numbers are also always higher than the rest of the people in the race for his weight. He puts out crazy high numbers.
He stomps, dude. He stomps.
Yeah.
He really does.
Probably because of his massive VO2. If you've got a bigger VO2, you can go harder than everybody else and still lose.
Did you ever ask Alexi what his VO2 was?
Nah, I could text him right now, though. He'll tell me. He wouldn't lie to me.
Dang, dude.
I don't think he knows. I bet he doesn't know.
I bet he knows.
I don't know. I know Keel Reinen. So this could be my VO2 through proxy, but
tell us everybody else's VO2s that you do know.
Keel Reinen didn't really ride a bike for a year, and then he had to do a VO2 test to do his firefighting academy thing, and he set the record for firefighters in Washington at 86 VO2 of 86,
and that's a year after taking a year off.
Yeah,
so safe to say he's maybe 90 when he was actually riding.
This probably means that I'm 106 or something.
Damn, that's Blumenfeld numbers.
Yeah. But no, I legitimately, I don't know. I would tell you. What do I have to hide? I won the costume contest at Steamboat.
Dude, he also won the Steinholding competition at
I knew we were going to talk about that.
Which had nothing to do with VO2. Nothing to do with VO2.
Yeah.
Did you train specifically for that? How are you so good at holding a Stein?
You just lock in, dude.
You tell me that the muscles in your arm don't require oxygen?
It's not muscles. It's fascia, dude.
You mean your brain?
Your brain.
You mean your brain doesn't need oxygen either? Hey, it's all tied together. VO2 is.
You guys are all thinking arm on that Steinholding. You got to it's in your feet. You got to lock in your feet.
Oh.
Literally, you just get all the fascia and you just. Telling you.
Interesting. Are you gonna try to do back-to-back Steinholding? Are you gonna try to win?
I'm not going to Schwam again.
Yeah, good call.
No. All right, Tour de France. You guys talking about that? What are we doing?
Let's do it.
Yeah, have you done it?
I did it.
How many times?
Just twice. It's hard.
Yeah, that's what it seems.
I didn't have enough VO2, frankly.
Yeah. Yeah. They should have tested you before you went. They might not have taken you.
That was their fault.
This is both with Garmin?
Yeah, I don't know, Garmin, Cannondale, whatever it was.
Yeah. This must have been right after the Phil Gaiman era, because I just listened to one of his audiobooks, and you were like one of the people that were you were in his book a lot. He talked a lot about you.
He
had a lot of
who read his book? Did he read his book?
Or like I listened to it audiobook, so he read it to me.
Yeah, that's a long time to listen to Phil.
Yeah, no, I've never even watched a YouTube video of him. I've just listened to his audiobook.
That's why you listened to his book then. If you saw any of his
I don't
YouTube.
know. I had heard the book was good, but now I don't believe whoever told me that was a liar. Because
Which one did you read?
Draft Animals.
Okay.
It's basically just him complaining about how he had to retire.
Yeah, it was the best thing that happened to him, frankly.
Probably, yeah.
It was. I don't know. I like it. If he would have stayed like world tour,
Chasing
he'd be making no money, crashing all the time. Like,
definitely makes way more money now as a YouTuber or whatever.
He's like the highest paid bike racer that does 0 races a year. He's got a pretty good. That's a pretty good gig. Like if I could,
it's because he's retired. He's retired.
So comes out with like a race kit every year with sponsors on it though. Like
I love Phil. I love Phil. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy. Just seemed like he whined a lot in his book.
Yeah, I mean that's what he does. But
Drew, if you ever made a book, I mean the amount of whining that would be in your book, it'd be insane.
No, I want to write a book, but it wouldn't be any book that you guys would want to read.
That's true. way to read the room. Way to read the room.
It would be all about linkage. I would just write a book about linkage.
Thanks for saying what we were thinking. Yeah.
It'd be about how attractive Lance Hayden is.
Yeah. Just a whole book. I mean, that would sell a lot of, if all I had was his face on the cover, it would sell a crap ton of copies.
He's a pretty man. Man.
See, even Alex agrees.
It's an objective fact. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all agree. We just don't need to talk about it every week. Like
I think last week Adam said something, and I listened back to the episode because I knew you guys were going to talk trash about me because you guys do that every time I'm not on the episode. And you guys were talking about something about the world is so superficial. And in my head, I was like, oh, yeah, Lance Hayden. And Adam literally said at the exact moment, if Drew was on, he'd talk about Lance Hayden. And I was like, wow, he just read my mind. It was like, I was like mind blown. Adam was on the same wavelength as me. It was awesome.
Hey guys, Tyler interrupting this interview to talk about this week's show sponsor, Join Cycling. Now you've heard me for the last 2 weeks talk about Join. It's the #1 training app that puts a professional coach right here on your phone in your pocket. They've got over 400 World Tour level workouts for road, mountain bike, gravel, and can create personalized training plans for you that adapt to your schedule and your performance in real time. That means that if you're too busy or you don't have the availability to train 20 hours a week, you get a personalized training plan that works for your life to help you hit your goals. Now, if you don't have a big event like myself that you're training for and you're kind of wondering, what's the point of having a training plan? I'm not really working towards something. Well, I can tell you from personal experience that your health and enjoyment of cycling is a good enough goal that's worth training for. As an athlete, we love to see progress. We love to feel like we're getting stronger. And Join has really helped me do that in a season where I'm not really training for anything, just through work and personal travel, etc. I just haven't none of my events have worked out, but I still want to feel fast. And hey, if that group ride pops up, I want to make sure that I can hang on with the crew and not feel bad about myself. So for me personally, I've been feeling fit. I've been feeling strong because I have this training plan that's working for me, that's adapting to what my week looks like, how I did on a previous workout, etc. So you really don't need a big goal to benefit from training. Join can help you stay fit and focused and consistent, even when there's no event in sight, so that when one does pop up eventually, you'll be able to have some base fitness to get started for that. It keeps it interesting with plenty of challenges and variety and smart progression. So if there's no race, there's no problem. Join can keep you riding stronger, and just for the love of the game, if you will. So be sure to check out our link down in the show notes, join.cc/Bonk Bros, and sign up there for a free 30-day trial. And we also created a group that you all can join and compare yourselves against the rest of the listeners, as well as the fellow Bonk Bros that are using the app. So thanks for listening to this episode, and back to the show.
All right. So Tyler, I know you're probably watching the tour right now. So what's going on?
Yeah.
There's a break.
You got it
up
on
the road. They got 2 minutes. It's got Casper Asgreen, Lenny Martinez, Thomas Gashignard, and Jonas Abrahamsson. So
is it Abrahamson?
Three out of those guys, out of the four, probably could make it to the end.
Yeah, that's a hitter group.
Didn't homeboy Asgreen win 2 stages last year solo? Or at least one.
He won a stage of the Giro this year solo. He won a stage last year as well. I don't think he won 2. I don't know if he won 2 stages or not.
He tried to do back-to-back stage wins solo, and the second day I think he got caught.
Man, that's an interesting break. What's this finish today?
What's the course look like today? Is it kind of punchy?
It's kind of lumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I don't know. I wait for the extended highlights, and at the beginning of the extended highlights, they give you the course profile.
Oh yeah.
Oh, super lumpy.
A little lumpy. Last climb.
Cat 3 or 4 climbs at the end. It's super small. I can't totally see it.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know how to make this bigger. Wait.
There's a plus button somewhere.
So, you know what I want to point out is that, we were making predictions last week about who would have the first yellow jersey. Do you guys remember who was right about that?
We were all right.
Well, it's not my fault.
I don't think Drew, you weren't even on, were you?
You weren't on, bro.
Yeah, but I voted for Phillipson.
What, in your head?
In my head. Yeah. I thought that's what everybody said. No, somebody said Merlier.
I said Merlier, but it's not my fault that Remco can't ride in a fucking crosswind to save his life.
Well,
so
he has crashed a lot in his career.
He didn't crash. He just got caught out.
Yeah, you're right.
He should lose his Belgian citizenship for doing so.
Okay, so we were right about Phillipson, but obviously we all know what happened after that.
Bro, how sad were you guys about yesterday? I'm not even that big of
a gnarly crash.
Yeah, I'm not even that big of a
gnarly
Phillipson fan, but when I saw him crash, I was like, oh man, that's gonna like the points jersey was gonna be pretty exciting, and now it's gonna be a little less.
Yeah, but I don't know. But do you think Van der Poel's gonna go for it now? Because that could be pretty exciting.
I mean, it does give Van der Poel to go off the leash and do whatever he wants, I'm assuming. But dude,
he might. I don't know.
I was thinking when I was looking at yesterday's stage, I was like, dude, Alpechin's going to win all 3 of the first 3 stages. But then when he crashed, I was like, oh man, what a bummer.
It might be more exciting because now Van der Poel can kind of do what he wants.
Yeah. He's more of a wild card.
Yeah. I mean, it's arguable.
Wild is in the race, isn't he?
Yeah, but he got sick apparently in the lead up. So,
okay.
Third week for Wout.
Dang.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it'll make it more interesting though with Jasper out, because now those breaks have a chance. The Koenig's not going to really work.
Yeah.
And Quick Step's not going to work after. I mean, they got Remco and all that. So who's going to ride? Trek, I guess, maybe from Milan, but.
Dude, what a bummer. Trek had like the perfect lead out, and they still lost yesterday.
Because Milan.
They had like all their ducks in a row, for real. And the guy just didn't pull through.
Yeah.
If I were his teammates, I'd be pissed.
I mean, the dude sprints with locked out elbows like you pretty much. So it's like a freaking sail.
Yeah.
See how high his head was?
He's huge, dude. Huge.
Dude.
This is that's the track guy, right?
Milan.
Yeah. They were saying that his power output is like off the charts insane.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be off the charts when your body position is a parachute, you know?
Yeah. But doesn't he's got some world records on the track, doesn't he?
I don't know.
Something like that. Or maybe Olympic medals, something like that. He's got like some pretty high accolades on the track.
Doesn't matter on the road.
I know it doesn't matter on the road, but it just shows that he's got like some insane power to put out.
Dude, but even more insane was Tim Merlier, like having all the positioning that Merlier did in the last like 3K yesterday was insane. I thought he was going to crash like twice. He's like putting himself in the wind and he still wins the stage. I was like, that's awesome.
He's a real sprinter, man.
I thought it was cool. He had no teammates.
All right, Dizzle, you weren't on last week, and Alex, you're never on. So we made predictions for the whole race, but we didn't hear from you guys.
For who's going to win the yellow?
Yeah.
That's
my heart
kind
wants
of a coin
to say
toss,
Jonas, but my brain says Tade.
Wait, your heart says Jonas.
Yeah, for some reason, I think because he's got kids, you know.
It's only got one.
Goes out. My heart just goes out to him a little more.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think I do like Tade a little more. Tade is more fun to watch.
I mean, Jonas has been fun to watch.
Yeah, like he has been attacked. He threw down a mad attack on day one.
Yeah, and then stage 2, he was like punching around in there. You're like,
went for those KOM points randomly.
Yeah, I mean that's what they have to do though, right? He's got to be spicy. He's got to be spicy, Jonas. Play the game. I don't know. It's gonna be a sweet race. It's gonna be 50-50, right? Between those two. Like, I mean, Jumbo uses their team so much better. Like, I don't know. That's gonna be the fun part, is watching them trying to work over Tade. Like, for sure he's gonna get like a big gap, and then they're just gonna chip away at him.
Yeah, at the Dauphiné, it just didn't look very promising for Jonas.
Sure. I don't think Tade is not at his peak. I've said this before. When Tade gets to his peak age, which is like early 20s, late 30s, like he's going to be unstoppable. It's not going to be a close race. It's not going to be an exciting race with anyone. And Jonas is older than Tade, and I feel like he only has so much time before Tade is that guy that's just gonna steamroll everybody. I mean, Tade's already that guy, right? And
you're saying
not at his peak age.
Tade's on the up and up, and Jonas is on the.
I mean, if we're just going off of their age, Tade still has not hit his peak age yet, and he's already this good. When he's at his peak age, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
And if you had to pinpoint exactly what the peak age is, what would that
you're
be?
already past it, bro. Yeah, you're already past it.
Dang it.
Yeah. Yeah, once you have the age category option, like
you missed it.
Yeah.
It is cute. My daughter, when we have the Tour de France on, she's like, "Daddy, are you in this race?" And I'm like,
just say yes as long as you can.
Just say yes.
My VO2 is there. I'm already past my peak age.
Drew, what would you rather be though? Would you think it'd be more badass to have your daughter watching you in the Tour or in a World Cup downhill race?
Downhill. Oh, she could be like on one of the road gaps and I would jump over her. Oh, come on. That would be sick. You have all the linkage. It would be sick. It would be so sick.
If there's anybody who knows what linkage is, it's pro downhillers.
Yes, they got mad linkage. Yeah.
Double linkage.
I don't know if we're done talking about the Tour or not, but did you watch?
We barely started.
Okay. Did you want to say more stuff, Tyler?
Yeah, you haven't said anything.
No, I wanted to hear from someone that's actually done the fucking race instead of us transitioning topics every 20 seconds.
Oh, there's nothing to say early, right? It's just people crashing. I thought it was BS that Cookard got a yellow card. That was
Did you
stupid.
really?
Yeah.
What's a yellow card?
Nah, they got this new card system.
Hmm.
So if he does something again, they could kick him out.
Okay. You get a yellow card as a warning, and then a red card is like, you're out.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Soccer.
Do you do that in soccer?
They do it in soccer, yeah. Football, as they call it over there.
So,
but yeah, I don't know.
But if you know you're just going to get a warning, like that can make it more dangerous because you're like, all right, I could get away with something.
I don't know. Getting kicked out of the tour would suck.
I know, but if you just get a yellow card.
Yeah, but in the past, yeah.
Have they ever DQ'd anybody? Just been like, you're out?
Yeah, Sagan a couple of years ago. Remember?
I know they did it to him, but he couldn't even finish. He was just out.
No, yeah, he's
had
out.
to go home.
Yep.
Wow. I thought he just got relegated from the results for that day.
And he's probably not the only one. He's just the one that comes to my mind when I think about that.
Yeah, okay. I think that's why they started doing the card system, though. He would have had a lot of yellow cards. There was a lot of like,
yeah.
Come on, man.
What's the craziest thing you saw him pull in a bike race?
I mean, he was just kind of always doing stuff all the time, like unnecessarily, like hopping curbs mid race. But I mean, when you're doing that with like 180 guys around, you're like, come on, like, what are you doing? Like, you're like the best guy here. Like, just follow the wheel. You know, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but for us who are watching the TV, it was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was a good race.
I know for the people in the race, it probably sucked, but when you see like one rider do that goofy stuff, it's just like,
yeah. What I mean, you need that, right? Like, he definitely lifted the whole sport.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you respect it for sure, but sometimes you're like, dude, trying to eat a sandwich, and you're like doing this circus stuff, like,
he's next to you, yeah.
It's like, just fuck off, man. Yeah. No, I don't know. These early stages, there's not much to say about them. They're just crazy.
All right, I got a question.
Did you finish both of the tours that you did?
I did, yeah.
Congrats.
Alive.
Congrats.
We got a listener question here from Yiko that wants to know: should each team only be allowed 5 riders per team, and would that make the race more exciting? Basically, just smaller teams.
I mean, just cut your 3 slowest guys. I don't think it would change much. I could name the 3.
They truncated it a few years ago, right? It used to be, was it 9 and then it went to 8 or 8 to 7 or something, right?
Yeah, 9 to 8. Yeah, I don't know. They've talked about doing that in the past. It's like, it's kind of funny because everybody gets locked in on something and they're like, okay, this is how it is. But like, the tour changes a lot. I mean, UCI racing changes a lot. Like, there was a time, I think they, like, back in the day, you could have like 12 riders. And then like, yeah, there was a minute there where it was like 6, and it's just like, I don't know. So it's always changing. I don't know if 5 would be better. The thing that would suck with 5 is like, if you lost 1 or 2, which is super common, you know, like
you're down to 3.
They just have like 3 guys.
Versus 5 compared to 6 versus 8 is a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, you're just like, and it's like, there's exciting, and then there's also like, you need enough stability there to get like real money in the race, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't know, like for most corporations, like when you're trying to sell sponsorship, it's like, okay, are you guys doing the Tour de France or not? You know, and if you're doing the tour, like, okay, we're in, you guys get a bunch of money. If you're not doing the tour, or you don't know, like, not so much. Like, because I mean, most sponsors, they don't get anything out of 90% of the racing all year, right? Like the tour is the big fish, but then if you like push it down to 5 riders, you know, are you going to have like a Jumbo Visma setup where they're just like, yeah, sure, we'll put all this money in gambling that you're not going to lose 2 guys in the first week? Like, like you need enough stability there to have these big companies put money in. UAE is a different, you know, kettle of fish. They don't care.
Wasn't it a couple of years ago that a team finished it was one of the Grand Tours that they finished with like 2 or 3 guys, and it was like a big story, the whole race.
Yeah, I mean, I remember hearing one about Cofidis that I think it was a Vuelta. They had like one guy left.
Didn't Cofidis just get all their bikes stolen while they were just like 2 days ago as well?
Yeah, I think they got a lot of them back. That's it's way more common than you think.
Yellow card, dude.
Yeah, that's tough. Tough start.
Rough.
That yellow card's bullshit, though. That's bullshit. That wasn't his
fault. It didn't look like anything was intentional.
Yeah, he got the yellow card for crashing on the cobbles in the sprint for the KOM point, right?
Benjamin Thomas.
Or is
different?
Is that a different one?
Different red guy. Yeah, that was pretty tough to watch. Yeah. Like, what was that? Like, first of all, he's sprinting in the hoods, which, like, come on, like, if you get all the way to the Tour de France, like, you know to put your hands at the bottom of your handlebars. Like, come on. Like, oh, yeah, that was hard.
Dang. How soon until that guy comes to gravel?
Weeks.
Be at Schwam again.
Yeah.
So like when you were racing the Tour, what was the primary objective for EF? Like, did you guys come in just stage hunting, or was it like, how do you go about deciding that? TV breakaways, GC overall?
I mean, the first year I did it, we were like all in for Talansky. And then he crashed out, and then it was a lot harder to shift gears to like hunting breakaways and stuff, but we managed to win stage 19, which was pretty sweet. Because Ramunas Navadarskis, but we got like pretty hammered after that. You're like, oh, I just got to do like one stupid time trial and then Champs-Élysées. And then, but like nobody cares about a time trial. Like, if you're gonna, I mean, I definitely didn't, and that was like the hardest time trial I've ever done because it was pretty hungover, and like, yeah, you're like, oh, I just got to make time cut, and what was his name? This big sprinter guy came by me like 10 minutes in. He was like my minute man behind me, and he passed me like 10 minutes in. He's like, you better hurry up. He's like, you gotta hurry up. I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but I'm going pretty slow, and I just caught you. I was like, oh shit. And then the second time I did it, we were like, pretty much just stage hunting as a team, and it was like not going great. The whole thing didn't go great. Yeah, it was a bit of a mess.
Is there still the hierarchy in the peloton where you're allowed, and like people know that, oh, EF's going for stage hunting, like we're not going to not chase the break, but you're allowed to go in there because you're hunting the stage?
I mean, the way to do that is you lose a little time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which that was something I never had a problem with.
Start stage one with a time trial. You're good.
Yeah, that's right. You just lose a little time early, and then you're like very obviously not a threat, despite having a massive VO2. Yeah, I don't know. That year was, I don't know, like that year, that one sucked because like I think I was in the break like it was like 5 times that race. So like I missed like the most aggressive award by like 20K or something to Ghent. But yeah, you just like go in the break and then you like suffer for the next 2 days and then go in the break and then you're like, but yeah, that tour actually sucked. So we don't have to talk about it.
What do you think EF is trying to do this year? Are they?
Oh, I mean, yeah, full on.
With Nielsen?
He's everybody.
And Ben Healy, probably.
I mean, they basically brought like 8 guys they think could find a stage. But
Asgreen's on there too, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, they're just full on stage hunting, which is kind of a bummer because, like, yeah, Carapaz coming off the Giro, like, he was just getting better and better, you know, and like he's the kind of guy, if you can like keep him racing, he's like just gets better.
Did something happen to him?
Yeah, he ended up getting sick. But yeah, it was a bummer because I was like he's probably not going to win, but I don't know. He's like definitely when he's going, like,
yeah, he made it exciting last year.
He could have been top 5, you know, with like 2 stages. You're like, shit, that'd be good. But instead, he got diarrhea.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Grand Tour? Because you've done all 3, correct?
Yeah, I mean the tour is cool because it's like it's a tour, man. It's sweet. The Giro was like really hard, and like back at home, like nobody really cared, you know. And like I don't know, it was just really hard. I wasn't feeling great, and I don't know. And then like the Vuelta is also everybody thinks like, oh, you know, you just go do it, and it's like pretty cruisy, but it's still like 21 days of like hard racing, you know.
Who thinks the Vuelta's cruisy?
Well, it used to be cruisy back in the day.
80 plus VO2s, Dillman.
Yeah. Like way back in the day, like guys would like go out the night before the rest day and like, you know, just like, I mean, that was also when they were taking a bunch of EPO. So, you know, put the asterisks there wherever you want to put them.
Does that help with hangover? EPO?
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. You should try it.
I have an EPO machine in my basement.
Yeah, as an age category racer, you should try.
Yeah,
it.
I'm never gonna get drug tested. Yeah. Isn't like masters racers like the epitome of drugs?
Only if you live in Florida.
I think they probably test positive more than any other group, though, right? Masters racers.
Yeah,
they're the reason that our USAC license went up.
They are.
Because we had to extend our testing to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of times they're like, you know, they're doping without even knowing it, right? They went to the doctor, they couldn't get it up, so they like go on testosterone, and it's not even it might not even be related to cycling. It's just related to other things, and
they're spending a lot of time just related to cycling.
How did we lose half of our listeners? Oh, we just ripped them to shreds on one of our episodes. The only people that listen to this are the old dudes.
I mean, I think that's definitely true, but there's definitely some dudes that are bad hombres, man.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
I mean, like there's like that one doping ring, you know, that there's a ringleader, but the ringleader was like a master cyclist dude who's just like, he's like, yeah, I can get you some shit, you know. Like, yeah, it was like a domestic. Yeah, I'm trying to remember like who all. It was like I think that was like what like Zychek got wrapped up in, and Chodrov and all those guys, but I can't remember who the name of the guy was.
What do you think? Talking about dopers, what do you think of this new team that Armstrong and Hincapie are starting up?
That's tough. I'm gonna be directing for them, so I think
he's part of the team.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Crap! Yeah. I should have done my homework. Yeah. Oh snap!
Yeah,
my bad. Oh, that's embarrassing. So you're a part of the team?
I mean, to be fair, I think the linkage thing was more embarrassing.
I'm not gonna let this down.
I like the doping comment that's all facts. You know, that was confirmed in a court of law. Not knowing what linkage is.
That's
hard. That's just hard.
Yeah, that's just stupidity.
All right. Well, we want to hear about the team because we didn't know jack shit about it, and we sounded like a bunch of idiots.
You're one of the coaches?
I'm gonna be directing. Yeah. Right now, I'm kind of doing a little bit of everything.
For real?
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
But you guys don't have any riders yet.
That's not true.
These idiots said this on the podcast last week.
Yeah, we just can't confirm anything. can neither confirm nor deny the
So who are
riders
they?
that we have or have not signed.
Come on, drop it here.
Drew,
Oh.
Alex,
Listens to this.
Alex
Yeah.
can confirm that you already blew your chances.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Despite
All
your-
you had to
dis-
do was get me VO2 tested.
Yeah,
You know, I
despite
would
your
make the
massive
team.
VO2.
Yeah.
So when you're an hour and 8 minutes
even
into
have a
Bonk Bros,
70.
we can confirm that no one is listening anymore.
Yeah, I believe that. I'm not even listening anymore. Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. It'll be sweet. It's gonna be just like such a shit show for the first like 2 years. Like, it is funny because like we're talking to a bunch of riders and
Are you talking to Scott? You should talk to Scott. Scott should be on the team. No? I'm advocating for my friend here. Scott McGill should be on the team, dude.
never heard of him.
Oh, Scott, you got to do better, dude. You need to get on Instagram, Scott. You could have been on this team.
Start your
Oh,
YouTube,
dude.
Scott.
Yeah, what the heck? What the heck?
So the goal
Influencers
is it World Tour by 2020 or 2032, right?
I mean, it's a pretty loose goal. I mean, so we have like so the thing that makes it unique is that we have like a 6-year runway, to like make it happen, which is cool. But we don't have like the crazy funding. Like we're going to have to pull some results and pull some other sponsors and stuff if we're going to get, be proper World Tour. Like the average World Tour budget's like $28 million a year. And we're going to be a small fraction of that. But yeah, like trying to hire riders, and I don't know. I think usually, I don't know, when you're trying to hire riders, like a lot of times it's, you blow a little smoke up their ass, tell them how like fucking awesome everything's going to be the next year. And this is like, I'm like talking to guys. I'm like, look, this is going to be like, I think it's going to be something someday, but like, we don't own a car. We're like working on getting first run of t-shirts, like it's all pretty green and fresh.
Do
you guys have
get
a
to be a World
tentative
Tour team? Is it purely off of results? Like you just have to have enough results?
You need points. So like
UCI
you can
points.
UCI points. You can like buy riders with points if you can afford them, which gets real expensive real fast. But I mean,
so if one rider has a ton of UCI points, you can, and if that rider's, it's just the team's points is just an accumulation.
Yeah,
of all of the riders' points.
It's kind of messy, and it changes like every 2-3 years. Like I think right now it's like the top 7 riders on your team, the top 7 point earners on your team get counted. I don't know. And then, yeah, you have to be a certain level and blah, blah, blah. But
Nice.
we're not even close
Yeah,
to
so that
thinking
would
about
be-
that,
That
frankly.
would be years down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like we're just,
2032. That's the 6-year runway. So what's do you guys have a tentative schedule that you guys are going to target for next year, like for the startup year?
we're literally working on that right now. That's going to be my morning. It's a tough space to occupy. It's going to be.
Hey, we bought you an extra hour this morning, so
Yeah,
you got some more time.
Yeah, we want to be pro continental. Well, we are pro continental. As soon as we get all the paperwork done, but it's like a tough place to occupy. It's like because in theory, like we could do the tour next year with that classification of, but like it's probably going to be like a lot of bullshit races in Asia and stuff. Like just like whatever.
Farm points.
Yeah, wherever you can get invites, because like I think there's like 20-something, 30-something pro continental teams. So it's like maybe it's not that high. It's a lot though. So you have all those teams competing for invites, and yeah, it's just.
And you're U.S. registered, right?
Yeah.
I was wondering if you're going to pull like a Titama Rockets and be registered in France or something like that. So it's just easier to get invites here and there.
No, I think like a lot of race promoters and organizers like they see through that. They're like, they see you for what you are. I mean, we're going to be at least 50% North American registered, or North American riders, US riders rather.
What's the team name officially?
Modern Adventure Pro Cycling.
Modern Adventure Pro Cycle.
So in you guys are also going to have a gravel team. So like there's going to be like pro gravel side of it too, right? Did I see that?
Yeah, I mean, in theory, like those guys are all.
The word adventures in the title of the team. You got to do some
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah, those guys are all gung ho on doing that, and it's been a real exercise in metering expectations there. Because like,
what would be the benefit? I mean, if you're trying to make it UCI, there's no UCI points in gravel. Like, what, it would just be media.
yeah, it's just media and shaking hands and whatever.
So
but like,
would that be a separate roster though, or would you guys do kind of like you had with EF, where some guys would get pulled in both directions?
yeah, it'd be EF style. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. They're like, oh yeah, and we're gonna do these races and it'll be cool, and like, oh, and then we'll just also like go win Unbound, with this guy that we're paying like 40 grand, and you're like, not so much, guys. Like, like, oh well, can we just get Cam Jones? And I'm like, not anymore. Like, like no, you cannot. No. What about Keegan?
So
does Keegan want to do a couple of these races? And I'm like, do you have like $500,000? Like, no, like not happening.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
I don't know. I think it'll be fun for some of those guys to go to some of the races and stuff. But
are you gonna play a dual role at all with director and athlete?
Player coach.
Yeah.
No.
That's going to be the cap on your personal race career.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just too old now.
Are you announcing your retirement right now, right here on the podcast?
I mean,
you don't ever retire. You just die.
Does it like announcing your retirement? I mean, come on. I think I did that when I won the costume contest at Steamboat.
Yeah, just the next phase of your career.
Yeah, I mean, like, not everybody can read between the lines. Some people don't even know what linkage is. But like,
yeah.
Big ask.
Yeah. Yes, Dylan, I am. Yes.
All right,
right here.
This is okay. So Taylor, just in case you're listening, this is the title of this is the clickbait of the podcast. Alex Howes announces retirement.
Yeah,
it's official now. The Bonk Bros said so.
You going to school, bud? Okay, bud.
Oh, look at that. We got a little cowgirl action. That's awesome.
Cowgirl. That's awesome.
See you, buddy. I'll pick you up, okay?
Maybe they might have won that hat at Steamboat.
Maybe.
I bought it at Steamboat last year.
Nice.
Pretty fancy hat.
How old's your daughter?
4.5.
And you just have one?
Yeah.
Nice.
We think.
I got a 4-year-olds are a lot. I got a 4-year-old.
Yeah, she's a lot.
And a 1-year-old.
She's a lot better now. When she was 3, everybody's like, "Oh, you're going for 2?" And like, we were planning on it. And then when she was 3, we were just like, I was like, I gotta fucking cut my balls off or something. Like, this is bad.
Wow.
But she's come back around. It's good.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice when they, come back around. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just too old to race, man. Too old. It's mostly the thyroid.
Old are you?
I'm 37. It's mostly the thyroid thing. I'm tired of fighting it. It's hard.
Thyroid thing.
Do you want to talk about that at all, or?
I mean, I don't know what there's to talk about. Like,
just have like a hyperthyroid.
Yeah, I got to take a bunch of drugs to get down to your level, dude. It's tough. Like, yeah, I don't know. Everybody talks about like hypothyroid and how that can affect you, which I'm sure it can, like big time. But like, yeah, hyperthyroidism, like it's just like you just have no power. Like you're just like literally hoping to get top 10 in the women's field. And you're just like, whoa, this is not good. Like I'm getting paid to do this. This is bad. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's good now, right now. So it's like, okay, maybe I can pull it together for the old Leadville. Maybe build a sick bike.
Drop bar? You were going to say drop bar and then you hesitated.
It's going to be non-drop bar.
Are you going to use those bars, the wonky bars you had at Transcordilleras or whatever.
No comment. No comment.
You did that race?
Right.
That's a yes. That's a yes.
You should. It's super cool. It's a super cool race.
I met the promoter at Walmart at Unbound.
Yeah.
And he invited me, and I'm like, I'm in.
Dude, you should do it. Mauricio's awesome.
Yeah, he's super nice.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. He's super handsome too, which makes you just like speak. Yeah. I mean, he's more handsome than Lance.
Wow.
Oh, dude, don't say that around
saying
Dizzle.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dizzle has a
Lance better watch out.
And Dizzle has a thing for handsome men, Yeah.
Speaking of Lance, speaking of Lance, with that new team, everybody thinks Lance is all involved, and he's really not.
Lance hate it? Why would they think he's involved with it?
The other Lance.
The other Lance.
No, we forgot about that one.
Neither Lance is involved.
What?
There are no Lances.
I thought he was.
Which one? Which one? Which one are you talking about?
Armstrong.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, Hank Happy's like part owner of that podcast. And so he's like, yeah, I want to put it on the jersey. And I was like, don't.
I don't know if
do
I
that.
heard.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I thought I had heard or seen something that had said that, like, despite Armstrong being banned from life, he was allowed to be a director of a team.
No,
like him being banned from life doesn't cut him off.
He can't be a director. I mean,
maybe associated. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like
some way.
I don't know. I don't understand how you can like fully cut somebody. I'm not saying this from like a. I'm saying this from like a legal perspective, not from a emotional perspective. Like how you could like fully cut somebody out. Like he has like a pretty big stake in like Waterloo, like the bubble water, right? Okay. And they hand those out at like Sea Otter. So you're like, do you have to burn their tent down? You're like, yeah. And you're like, where's the line on that? Like Aura Ring, he's got a bunch of money in that. Yeah, I don't know, stuff like that. And you're just like, well,
yeah.
So let's clear the air. So there's no direct affiliation with the new team, though. So Drew, don't spread more lies.
Got it.
I mean, I'm sure
what
he
about
talks.
Lance Hayden? Is Lance Hayden a part of the team?
No, neither. Yeah, no Lances, dude. I mean, I'm sure they talk, right? Like they're like best friends. I don't know, good friends. I'm sure they talk, but yeah. I'm sure Lance just sits there and he's just like, George, that's a stupid decision. Apparently, he tried to talk George out of the whole thing back in the day. George is like, oh, I want like a North American team, and Lance is like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, don't do that.
Well, he's just making a team for his. He's just making the team for his kid, right? So his team can have a World Tour team to go to.
Maybe that's what I thought
like,
originally too. And then like talking to him, I think they had that Hinkappy team back in the day.
Yeah. And
they like always wanted that to be a lot bigger.
Yeah. And
they just couldn't quite get the funding for it. So this sort of, I don't know. Enzo is at like a good age for that in a few years. I mean, he's like 16 right now, which is nuts. Mm-hmm. You should see his VO2. You're just like, damn, dude.
He's legit.
Yeah, they are. It is genetic.
What are you doing next year?
Read between the lines.
But no, I think he's just wanted to do this project for a long time. So it's like, well, okay.
Probably another stupid question from Dizzle here, but is there only one race director on a team? So like, are you the sole director or are there multiple?
No, for that level, the minimum is three directors. Yeah.
Do you know who the other ones are?
Joey Roscoff and Ty Magner.
Sweet. Magner?
Yeah. Magner. Does
that mean he's retiring too?
Yeah, dude.
He was already retiring, wasn't he?
Yeah, dude. Look at him. He's like me.
I know, but he was like, he was winning races like last year, though. Like, you haven't won a race in years.
Ooh, it's tough. I won Cowtown Gravel.
Like, still good.
I won Cowtown Gravel last year, dude.
Nice. And the costume contest.
Thank you very much.
Should we do some listener questions before we wrap up here?
Yeah. Before we do listener questions, let's hit a couple trivia questions. I want to hear.
Tyler, did you want to interview Alex a little more, or because I didn't think this was.
What?
I thought this wasn't an interview podcast, but you kind of hijacked it and turned it into that.
Yeah, you're right. If there's anybody that's hijacking the podcast, it's definitely me. So sorry about that, guys. No, you know what? I'm good. I don't want to hijack anymore and ask some actual questions.
Okay.
All right. I think Alex is going to bring some heat with this. So we're going to do a couple trivia questions. This is from our friends over at Scarborough Bicycle Accident Law.
With a mug.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a distracted driver clips a rider's handlebars while passing too close. He gets injured. What's the minimum legal passing distance in most states? Is it 1 foot, A, 3 feet, B, 5 foot, C, or 8 feet, D?
Well, I appreciate that the questions are actually getting harder. Some of the original questions were like, what's the first thing that you should do if you get in an accident? And then it's like a bunch of dumb shit. And then it's like, call your lawyer.
Yeah. I mean, it's 3 feet, no? I mean, even Dillman's got this. Come on.
Dang.
Do you guys use feet to measure stuff down there?
The only reason I'm saying
like water jugs.
What do you mean? Down in Kentucky?
Down in Kentucky. You guys just use whatever you got closest to
3
you?
feet. You just stick your shoes in front of each other, and if there's 3 shoes, it's 3 feet.
There you go. All right, yeah. How's coming in hot? 3 feet. All right. If a cyclist crashes because of a dog that's off leash chases them, who's going to be liable? The cyclist, A, the dog owner, B, the local squirrel union, C, and the Garmin for not alerting you, D. Dude, all right. Before you guys answer, have you guys ever gotten a new Garmin and it has the alert on about animals? What is that shit about? That is so annoying. And I haven't figured out how to turn it off yet.
How?
I don't know. It just tells me, it'll just like alert me out of nowhere that there's like an animal ahead because someone saw an animal 12 years ago and they logged it there.
Dude, I haven't had a Garmin since like 2012, man.
I know.
You just go by your
kind of
feelings, or
who has the Garmin? Who's got Garmin?
I've got a Garmin.
Clearly, two Garmins, 3 Garmins.
3 Garmins.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. What do you have, Dylan? What do you got?
Roswell doesn't like me.
I got a Wahoo.
Stuff yet.
It doesn't tell you where the animals are.
No. Huh.
Alex, you might benefit from one of these alert systems with your Nature Channel stuff.
Yeah. Maybe I should make the switch. Throw Hammerhead in the trash. Yeah.
Hammerhead. Dang. Okay.
They're pretty sweet now, actually. The new one's pretty good.
The new one is definitely better than the old one.
No,
legit.
Yeah, legit opinion. It's like, I don't know. When I first got it, the old one, I was like, ooh, this is going to be a hard year. And then, I don't know, they're all the same.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
You know, like, I hate to say it, like, you know, but once you get used to it, like, you can't even use the other one, you know?
True.
Garmin's got a new one out that's their mountain bike version that's like super rugged. It looks like, tactical unit. That's what I need because I freaking break my computers so much. Yeah. I'm on like my 7th computer in the last 4 years.
You've sent us pictures of just like the screen.
Dude,
mangled.
I know. And I literally just
do that.
Yeah, Garmin just replaced mine. I had to pay for it, but they just sent me a new one. And I turned it on yesterday and I was setting it up in Blaine's garage. And I went to put it on my bike for the first time ever. And I missed the mount and I dropped it straight on the face onto the ground, the concrete ground. Luckily it didn't crack, but I was like, you idiot. Anyway, let's get back to
They're more fragile than people think. It's a dog owner, right? Come on.
Let me see.
Is it a trick
dog
question?
owner? Yes.
I thought some, at least here in Kentucky, some counties, you don't have to have your dog on a leash, is what I was
That's in
told.
Kentucky, dude.
Like
you can
like
probably
the county,
also have like
the county that I live
pets.
in, your dog has to be on a leash. But the county that I ride in, south of me, your dog doesn't have to be on a leash. Maybe that's just leash laws.
Dude, the place where Dizzle rides, the dog could freaking bite you right in the calf and nothing would happen. No one would care.
Yeah, you could probably also shoot. You could probably also shoot the dog, and no one would care.
I've clocked them. I've just started clocking them in the face with my shoe.
All right, let's hit.
Somebody
let's hit
told
one
me
more
if
here.
I kick it hard enough once, it won't chase me again. So that's what I try to do.
Yeah, because it can't. Because it's disabled. All right. A rider is hammering a descent when a driver suddenly pulls out of the driveway without looking. He crashes into the car. What is the likely outcome? A, it's his
Broken
fault for
leg.
going too fast. B,
Sorry.
no fault. It's a racing
Consistency.
incident. C, the driver could be liable. D, they both get a KOM segment deduction.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're racing or not racing, right?
Driver could be liable.
Yeah, driver. Can
Whoa.
I mean, it could go either direction,
Yeah.
right?
Kinda
Like
depends.
if you pull out and the person's speeding, like in a car, right? Like I don't know.
What-
There's like what is it? It's like dual fault. Could be, you know.
Mm.
I mean, you can argue
Yeah.
in both directions. Like if you're riding like an idiot, right? And you're going over the speed limit, and your head is down, and a car pulls out,
Mm.
you can't automatically fault the driver
Well,
for that.
Dylan,
If the
this just
bike
happened to
rider
you,
is
so
going
what-
fast over the speed
Yeah.
limit.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never considered that.
Dylan, hit us with some of the facts from your experience here.
Well, I was not going too fast. I was doing a recovery ride, so
Yeah.
I-
For the
I was
69
not.
VO2, it's pretty rare that I actually hit the speed limit on any road. And so you can guarantee.
I mean,
not speeding.
look. I'm actually not joking. I got hit when I was doing a recovery ride. So
That's what your lawyer told you to say, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
First thing you did was call your lawyer. Also, your VO2 is 69.
Nah, Dylan's
no,
is like
Dizzles
76.
is 69.
Yeah, you
That's
should
an
never.
average one.
You should never retest that. Never retest that.
I am in like 2 weeks.
Don't
It
do
wasn't
that.
an official test. It was an estimate
Yeah.
off my lactate testing. So I'm
Problem
going
is
to
that
going to get
it's
officially
going to either end up being 68 or 70, both of which are worse than 69.
Yeah, just leave it at
Yes, sir.
69. What's your
All right.
correct answer here? What's the full
Dylan
answer?
was right. The driver could be liable.
Could be. Could.
Could be. Yeah, it could be dual liability though. Who knows?
Could. You know what you don't want to do is lean on that could as
That's
a
true.
cyclist. Eyes up, Dylan.
All right. Let's see. This comes from Matt. Matt says, for the bros, how old were you when the first time that you shaved your legs? And what was your honest feeling about yourself afterwards?
Honest feeling about yourself.
Good question.
Mm.
Is this a bolt shave and skin? I was 15 years old when I picked up my first bolt skin and shave.
It wasn't supposed to be a sponsor segment, but you can make it one. Bolt Skin and Shaved wasn't around when you were 15, but they are
I
now.
know, but,
So
you know.
Are those
15-year-olds
are those
is kinda
better?
good.
Are those better?
Of course,
They're
they're better.
pretty- they're
Also,
pretty
they
solid,
sponsor
dude.
the podcast, which
Yeah, we're
didn't
obligated
sway
to say
my
yes.
opinion at all.
Alex.
I
Yeah.
would say we're not actually obligated because Dylan shits on these razors a lot. So
What are you talking about, dude? I get an arm workout every time I shave.
exactly.
They're the most
They're-
durable razor you'll ever pick up. It's like it's like 2 pounds. Which
Yeah.
is
More
actually
more-
good. It is good. It's like it makes for a good
Yeah,
shave.
it's better.
The
Yeah.
blades are made out of grade 5 titanium.
with a 3-degree angle.
You could build an airplane out of that.
It's
Yeah.
not a 3-degree angle. It's got 3-degree more angular deflection now.
There we go. Angular deflection.
They're working on a carbon fiber version, which they really
No.
need.
They need to work on a replaceable head so I can shave my face with it too.
Just use another blade.
Bro, what do I want to walk around with 5 razors? I just want the one. If it's so good for my legs, I want it to be good for my face too.
You clearly don't shave your face. So
I'm gonna shave parts
like
of it.
the only time you need the thinner blade, like the smaller head for shaving your face is the mustache. The rest of it you don't need any to get any tighter.
So I could just use the razor?
100% you can. You can use any razor for anything that you want, really.
You could use a bolt for anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
what was the question?
I shaved my legs with the bolt this morning for the first time in like a week,
All right.
and I feel
No.
silky.
All
No more
right,
ad
all
reads.
right.
Let's get back
We're
to the
talking.
question.
We're talking about the first time you ever shaved your legs in your life.
There we go.
Yeah,
and
okay,
how
you
that
wanna hear-
made you
actually,
feel.
I've got a pretty funny story about it. So the first time I shaved my legs, I was 23 because that's when I first started riding bikes, and I knew nothing about it other than the fact that I had fucking Yeti legs. Like my legs were like the hairiest legs because I'm like Italian, so like literally like the thickest blackest, just like chunkiest hair you could possibly imagine on my legs. So I'd never tamed it at all. So I started with Nair. Yeah. I just took straight a full bottle of Nair and just burnt that shit off, and it sucked.
Wow.
Like it was so bad.
I've never
and it
used
got
it,
in places
it
it wasn't supposed to get, and those places hurt a lot. It was a horrible experience.
Wow.
Yeah, that's highly do not recommend.
You just did that for the first time to get all the hair off.
Because I attempted with like a normal razor from the supermarket, and it didn't do it. It took like 10 minutes to cut like an inch of hair off. So I was like, this isn't going to work. So I went back to CVS across the street and picked up a tube of Nair and just squirted that shit everywhere. It was awful.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That stuff's gnarly.
So I felt pretty horrible about myself afterwards, because I was like, this is not worth it.
I think I went the other way. I think after I did it, I was proud. I was like, because I went to public school, and so I was like walking around with shorts like, yeah, that's right. Look at these shaved legs, y'all. Like,
oh, you did that in high school?
Yeah, I think so. I was racing mostly road in high school. So like, I think I'm pretty sure I started shaving in high school.
That had to go over well with the ladies.
Oh yeah. Because I had so many ladies in high school.
What about you, Alex?
Shaved legs guy.
Do you remember?
I don't remember, honestly. I don't know. Wasn't that young?
Was it on your own terms, or was it like you had a coach or teammate or something that coerced you into doing it?
I feel like I probably did it on my own after. I mean, like, yeah, junior racing. I definitely crashed a lot, you know?
Mm.
So it was like a thing pretty quick where you're just like, oof, get that hair off. Yeah, I don't know. As a junior, I crashed a lot. I was like, yeah, whatever. Don't even feel it, you know?
Yeah.
But you still got to change all those
bandages. Do you guys
bandages.
still use that excuse from time to time? Like if a non-cyclist asks you, like, why do you shave your legs? Do you still use that way if I crash, I don't get an infection?
Absolutely.
Or do you just tell them it's because my legs look yoked?
Dude, you tell them it's because of aerodynamics.
I just tell them because of sunscreen. Because I use that like zinc oxide sunscreen mostly. And like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'll buzz my arms just because of that too. Because it's like, man, that stuff, when you're trying to put it on over hair,
yeah,
like, it's so nasty.
It just gets clumpy and stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like, yeah.
It does. It does still surprise me. We've talked about this before. Like, why more dudes don't shave their arms too?
So
yeah,
I just started because I got this tattoo and it looks sick.
Yeah, if you've got tattoos, that's a great
if you've
reason.
got tattoos, I noticed. I actually noticed this because Keegan has a bunch of tattoos and he posted a picture of his tattoos because I guess he got one at Steamboat, and he doesn't shave his arms.
I know.
I noticed it. I was like, ooh, that doesn't look so good. Like, he should shave his arms. Also, like, if you can find any flaw with Keegan, I'm gonna.
So
he's flawless.
I never once in my life had just shaved legs and hairy arms. The minute that I started shaving my legs, I also shaved my arms.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the like when I was a teenager, I was a mountain biker, and I was like kind of hanging around a crew that didn't shave their legs. They were serious mountain bikers and racers, but for whatever reason, they didn't shave their legs. So I didn't really think much about shaving my legs. And then I think Specialized came out with this like wind tunnel test where they put hairy legs in the wind tunnel, and it was like 40 seconds faster over 40K or something. And I was like, oh, I need to shave my legs. And the second I shaved my legs, I was like, well, there's hair on my arms too. I better shave that. And from that point on, I never had hairy legs or hairy arms when I did a bike race.
Or what else? Your chest, your back?
Well, I never once had a hair on my chest. So
no, because Dylan's the weirdo that only shaves exposed hair.
Just shave it to the line,
and on the legs too.
Yeah, that is a good question.
If you look at his lower calves, they're just hairy as balls.
How high do you shave up your legs? As soon as the tan line stops, or?
Well, you don't want to know that, Dizzle.
I do. I'm curious. Yeah. I don't know where to stop.
Up to the armpits, dude. Up to the armpits.
Yep.
Gotta go straight through the armpits.
From Actually, no, from my eyebrow.
From your broccoli top?
yeah, from my
broccoli top down.
all the way down to my toe, there's not one hair.
Chest pubes down to the ball fro.
All right, you said it. Yep. Okay.
Well, hey, this thing's getting pretty long. Alex, do you have any other closing thoughts or comments that you want to leave our listeners with?
Not even
this was
one.
going to be like a 30-minute
Not even one
podcast.
Nothing.
All right.
Can you define a linkage? Just give us a quick definition of linkage. Just for
starting to make my own. Starting to make my own ketones. Yeah, you're gonna have to look that up.
I already did.
Yeah, ask Siri, dude.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Sure. I don't think my bike has linkage. I don't
Jeeves,
think
dude, ask Jeeves.
I think the Lauf doesn't have linkage.
All right. Well, so I think
Cool.
we can end the podcast here. Yeah. So press the stop button.
Yeah, we're good. All right. Thanks, House, for coming on, dude. This was fun. Maybe we'll do it again sometime. Maybe after you smoke Keegan and John Gastone at Leadville this year. We're rooting for you. All right.
You're funny.
See you guys.
Thank you. I'll see you guys. Goodbye.